The knock on my door wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. It carried authority, quiet, clinical, final. I opened it, and the courier handed me a thick envelope. Legal documents. Please sign. My hand didn't tremble, not them. But inside, as I closed the door, something shifted, like a floorboard cracking beneath a man who had trusted it too long. I slid it open. Petition for eviction. My name listed as occupant. Her name proudly stamped above mine as owner. My ex-wife. And the reason? To allow her partner to own his first home and begin a stable future. I read the line twice, a third time, just to taste the absurdity, the betrayal. Familiar, but somehow still new each time it struck. So that's what I was now. A stepping stone, a housewarming gift for the man she chose over me. I've sat in silence as the world condensed into sharp, cold air, the kind you inhale right before drowning. Upstairs, soft footsteps. My daughter, 7, still in pajamas, holding her tablet, eyes sleepy, trusting, unaware of the machinery of cruelty adults build. Daddy? Who was that? A messenger. She nodded, climbed into my lap, her small warmth pushing against the storm inside me. I held her without speaking. And somewhere between her heartbeat and mine, a quiet oath formed. Steel hidden beneath still water. She would not watch me break. Not again. Not for someone who believed I was disposable. When the storm finally settled, the anger didn't roar. It whispered. And whispers are more dangerous. Betrayal has a scent, not perfume, not sweat. It's something colder, like metal left in winter air. I first smelled it months before the envelope arrived. The late-night calls she took outside when picking up our child. The forced laugh. The sudden guilt-soft voice she used, as if I might snap if she spoke normally to me. I never snapped. I just watched. She talked about co-parenting, healing, moving on in peace. And yet she lingered in my life like mold, quiet, spreading, feeding on forgotten corners. She smiled too much when she dropped our daughter off. Fake brightness. A woman who thought she had won. I noticed the car appearing beside her sometimes. Same time, same place. A beat-up sedan driven by a man with hopeful eyes and 2 quick smiles. Her new boyfriend. A project she could mold. A blank page to rewrite herself upon. I didn't hate him. I pitied him. He didn't know yet that she consumes dreams and spits out excuses. But eviction? From my house? The one I bought long before she ever rehearsed love in my direction? I read the papers again, slowly. She claimed I had no emotional attachment to the property, that I was financially stable enough to relocate, that for the best interest of the child, stability must be prioritized. Stability. For the man who hadn't earned any. I didn't throw the papers, didn't curse, I simply placed them on the table. Flat, neat. Control isn't loud, it's quiet, and it suffocates. I began gathering threads, financial statements, proof of ownership, screenshots of her texts bragging to friends about upgrading my living situation. Not dramatic, just methodical. I recorded every call, watched her smile and lie through teeth polished by entitlement. She spoke of fresh starts and new foundations. I nodded, listened, let her paint herself into a corner with every self-righteous word. Meanwhile, I stayed calm for my daughter. We cooked breakfast. We built pillow forts. We lived quietly in a house her mother wanted to replace with a cheap fantasy. If revenge has a heartbeat, mine beat slow. Then the phone call came. My ex's voice, sharp, impatient, threaded with superiority. "You got the papers, right? Let's keep this civil. It's time for me to move on properly. You understand?" I almost smiled. "Of course," I said, flat, numb, agreeable. Because the moment someone thinks they've already won is the sweetest moment before they fall. Court day approached. I prepared silently. She arrived wearing victory like perfume. The boyfriend beside her, chest puffed, rehearsed confidence masking insecurity. A child trying to wear a man's ambitions. My daughter sat next to me, tablet clutched tight, eyes serious. She understood more than a 7-year-old should. Pain ages children faster than time ever could. The judge asked questions. She answered with practiced innocence. She spoke of building a future and providing stability for her partner. Not one mention of our child's best interest, only her own desires. Then the judge looked at me. "Do you have a response?" I opened my mouth, but my daughter tugged my sleeve. Her voice barely a whisper. "Daddy, can I show him now?" The courtroom froze. My heart stilled. The judge leaned forward. "You have something to share?" She nodded, holding up her tablet like a fragile truth. "Something Mommy doesn't know." The judge allowed it. She pressed play. Her mother's voice burst through the speakers, venom slick with entitlement. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes. I'm not hosting a freeloader. You want respect? Earn it. Not to me, to my daughter. A 7-year-old, banished from a holiday unless she served." Photos followed, ones my daughter took quietly. Me and her at our villa in Switzerland, fireplace glowing, snow outside like diamonds frozen in moonlight. Her wrapped in blankets and peace. Her mother's voice dragged across the courtroom again, a second recording. "He has nothing. He only has that house. Once I take it, he'll come crawling. We'll see who laughs then." My ex's face collapsed, eyes wide, color stripped away. Silence hit hard. I looked at her. No anger, no fire, just absence. "You didn't lose me," I said quietly. "You lost the mask I pretended you were." She reached for excuses, stumbled over fake innocence. "Those recordings, she misunderstood, our co-parenting." The judge lifted a hand. "Enough. Motion denied. Case dismissed. Custody review initiated." Her boyfriend stared at her, illusions dissolving like sugar in acid. I stood, took my daughter's hand, walked past her without a glance. Her voice cracked. "You planned this." I paused, tilted my head. "No," I murmured. "You exposed yourself. I just didn't stop you." We drove home in silence. Not heavy, peaceful. My daughter leaned against me later, half asleep. "Did we win?" I brushed her hair back. "We didn't need to win," I whispered. "We just told the truth." She smiled, drifting into calm only children who are safe can feel. And as I watched her breathe, the final shard of fury dissolved. The past didn't matter anymore. She had already paid the price, being who she is. Some people destroy themselves without help. All you have to do is let them talk long enough. I turned off the light, and I didn't look back.